Hey, my friends, welcome back to your weekly roar. My name's Dustin, and on today with me, of course, is the illustrative, beautimous Brandon Billings. It's the beard, Brandon. That's what makes it
Yes.
happen. That's what makes roar happen.
Don't even know what to say.
We were just talking about before this call on an earlier call the fact that, seriously, Duck Dynasty created a whole brand with the beards and everything, and how they had to write in the contract they couldn't shave their beards because it's part of the identity, and how that became a thing. And we're deciding whether or not we should do that with Roar. So,
Absolutely.
anyways, if you're out there and you think that should happen, just give us give us a vote, a thumbs up or love, and we'll consider the beards. The more this thing gets shared, the more love we see, the more possibility there will be a beard on Dustin's face. So,
That'd
all
be
right.
awesome. I did ask the intern if he was willing to grow his beard out. I don't know
Oh
that
my
he's
goodness.
capable. We'll find out.
He's young. We'll give him time.
Yeah.
College kids. That's how it is. We are adding to our team, folks. So you're going to hear more about that. We got folks coming on from the internship level as well as other parts in our team partnerships. We're hiring some friends to do some amazing things for us to get stuff to market and kind of tighten up our brand. And we are redoing a lot of our look. We're not on here to talk about that today, though. We're actually going to answer a lot of questions. So you guys have been out there, and we see it. We see you saying, "Yes, we love your podcast," or "Yes, you said a lot of things," or "It was this long." But where's the answers? Well, here's the beef. So today we're giving you the meat. If you've been looking for the meat, if you've been looking for what's next, our hands are no longer tied. We're not being held back from any conversations. Everybody's giving us a go. We're going to be digging in. But before we dig in, I want to say do go back and listen to our last two podcasts if you hadn't yet. It informs and frames foundationally some of what you're hearing today and where we're going. So, the leadership of this community is absolutely working hard to make sure that we do things that are in alignment with the values that are in those two podcasts. So, 2 weeks ago, it was about Gilder's 10 laws and the new ROAR laws, and how we see a life after Google in the ROAR perspective. We're pulling back from a lot of things that people are thinking are Web3, and we're talking about what true Web3 is from core values. So I'll say this here: Web3 has become synonymous with crypto and blockchain, and that's not the case. There's been a little bit of an addition of AI, still not the case. Web3 in its concepts and principles have to do with values that go across all of that and so much more. And we're starting to bring some logic to that. There's a upcoming press release and white paper that we're finishing right now when it's to spec, and we'll be talking about more about that in that specific white paper. We're not doing it here. But in week one, you can hear how we approached Gilder's 10 laws that he created from Life After Google, his book, and what that means for Roar. And then last week, we talked about our latest white paper. So again, we got a lot of writing, a lot of software, a lot of platforms, a lot of solutions, a lot of stuff. We've got to get to market quick. So it's going to feel like we just showed up and then boom, 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 boom. It's because we've had to do it in the right timeline and make sure everything's in order. There will be a white paper coming from us that talks about our perspective on Web 2 and Web 3 and where it goes from here. So that's coming soon, and it will build on the R0AR's white paper from last week. The R0AR white paper is not about crypto and blockchain.
Mhm.
It's about Web3 tenants,
That's right.
and it's how we align with them. And if you really look at it, you see there's things you could take away from that that are not just for blockchain and crypto. There's some things that matter for life, let alone they framed and informed how we go forward. So, building on that, you'll find the next white paper, information we share on how we see Web 2 entering the Web 3 world.
Mhm.
Solutions no longer looking for problems to answer, but actual applications that people need and use that have Web 2 front end and Web 3 rails. Very powerful stuff. And you're going to hear why it's important to us. So stick with us, okay? Go back and listen to those last two podcasts. Get some of the ROAR DNA in you, okay? Get that DNA so you see things differently. Don't think another crypto project, another wallet, another, Web3, whatever. This is about you, your privacy. It's about your power and authority, yours. You have some. It's about your identity and the protection of it, your security. It's about decentralizing from monopolies and power players. People are talking about how big businesses are doing that. It's all about all of that. So give a listen to those last couple. And now we're going to give you answers here in this next little bit for a lot of your questions. And we're leaking today. There's leaks all over this, and there's clarity. So stick with us. We're going to dig into everything you've been asking questions about on this call. Brandon, start us off.
That's right. Well, I'll just reiterate what you were saying. Like, that content from the last couple podcasts was really rich, and I do encourage everybody to go listen to it. That's good stuff there. But more importantly, we said we had big news, and we do. March is based. Just let that soak in for a minute. We're going to be announcing 5 big moves as R0AR partners with BASE Chain over the next month. We're only talking about one of them today, but in the next weeks, you'll see massive moves. We have big plans all the way from March through August for the ecosystem. This includes partnerships, software reveals, platforms and solutions, and discussions about opportunities to join in on our governance community. We will elaborate on each one of these as we release information.
And that's the thing. You're going to see us have this dance. The dance is going to look like this. There's going to be a white paper. There's going to be information framing what's behind what we're doing, because we've decided in this process, we probably should share more of the heartbeat and the DNA in everything we do as we do it, because we found, as we've been working with folks that are helping us prepare for investors and VCs and all that kind of stuff, the more we meet with these folks and we educate them on all of what ROAR is and how we're approaching things, a lot of things are in backlog right now. We want to get you before we're behind. They've just said it's so important to educate. We need to hear more from you. So we're agreeing to doing more AMAs coming up, to jump into our communities one-on-one and talk about things in depth as we go. But first, we want to clear up a lot of things that we haven't had a chance to talk about. And we've kind of been fighting with one hand behind our back because we have to wait on right times and legal and stuff that has to do with patenting and that kind of thing, trademarking. These are real problems in this world, let alone making sure things are ready for you when they get here. So buggy and beta or whatever. So just know that we got your hearts, we got your minds, we got your best in mind. We're trying our best to always make sure we do right by our community, and just stick with us. Give us this next year, like we said on like 4 podcasts ago. Let's just see where we end up at the end of 2027. You're starting to see momentum. You're starting to hear the information. So here's where I want to start. The first thing is, again, we want to bring things to you and say they're at final ready stage for whatever we're doing, and you not have a lot of challenges with them. And in ROAR Platform Season 2, we had a lot of challenges. Some of that had to do with our chain, and some of that had to do with how the smart contracting work with it. And so we've been informed and learned a lot. And there's some folks that had challenges unstaking and whatever. So we're going to be releasing information that'll be more direct and clear on our social channels. So in our Facebook group and elsewhere, X, whatnot, that explains how we're finishing Season 2 of the ROAR platform. And for anyone that has anything locked up, we can see it in chain. And if it can't be taken out and there's an issue with the smart contract, we're going to reissue all of it back to you, as well as reward you at the highest percentage for the entire time, as if you were in the entire time. And let me tell you something, nobody was in the entire time, because we started the clock before everyone started by almost a month. We're going to give you that full time, and we're going to bonus you on top of it. So there you go. We're that kind of people. That's how we roll. That's why we keep, everything like we have so tight. We don't spend a lot. We live on shoestring budgets, and we save as much as we can to give back into our community. That's how we do this. which we got really big announcements in another month on that. Oh my Lanta, I just realized that's a leak. There you go. You're winning. So yeah, I'm not pumping here. I'm telling you, it's not pump, it's promise. So anyway, now that big news, man. That's exciting. That's the most exciting to me. And it's coming. It's coming. But back to platform season 2. So we recognize what happened. There are a number that had issues, and we're going to start literally leaning into platform season 3 is going to be the first thing we're releasing to the larger public that's built on base as well. So we're going to be doing season 3 with base as well. So imagine this. We're opening Ethereum back up, so we're going to be doing Ethereum again, adding back liquidity and all that farming, whatever, because that was awesome. So we're doing that again, and we're doing the same thing on base. Hello. You need to be thinking about what that means that we haven't announced. I'm not making the announcement on the other thing that means, but you can probably already figure out where we're going. So platform's going to be on base. We're going to have DeFi released on the base chain. And you guys, get this. If you have an ERS NFT, you're going to better return. If you have a node NFT, we're going to allow you to even attach multiple wallets. And it actually is an add-on bonus. So we're rewarding you guys for taking actual risk on us in this whole chain node process. You get that? So, and that doesn't even deviate from what we talked about before with our nodes. You guys, this year's the year it all comes to market. So we'll get to that in a second. That's a part of our release at the end. So stick with me till the end because got more on the node thing. But platform season 3, we'll have buying R0AR on base from our own treasury as well as on Ethereum right on platform. We'll have higher staking rewards on base, but have them on Ethereum as well for those that want to add liquidity to stabilize the platform. There will be much more opportunity for being a part of the rewarding function. And the thing I love about base is you're not having to worry about as big of bridge fees or even dealing with a lot of hangups that are over there because honestly, it's best of class and cheap. So it's pretty awesome. So that statement's coming on season 2 and season 3, season 2 ending, season 3 starting, and how the beta testing community, you guys have been with us through R0AR's not beta test, it's R0AR's public, but we're in our beta testing of our platform still, and we're going into kind of gamma in this season. We're rewarding you if you took a risk on us in seasons 1 and 2. That's just what we're going to do. So we're watching those, checking the smart contracts, rewarding you even as season 3 starts. Get excited, get ready, and you'll be receiving those rewards on base because we want to have you come over to the party with us over there as well. So that's coming as we do a reveal.
Very nice. Thank you, Dustin. So why base? That's the big question, right? We're launching 5 products on Coinbase's Base blockchain for one reason. Base is where real users, real liquidity, and real scale already live. Dustin, why don't you break that down for us?
So, built by Coinbase equals trusted internet scale. So, that chain's built by Coinbase and it's backed by Coinbase. And Coinbase is one of the most trusted and regulated crypto companies in the entire world. I mean, honestly, you just heard above that one of the other sneak reveals is for that platform to run R0AR's on base. Well, there you go. So why would we do that? Because having access to base immediately makes you accessible to their dexes, which, adds for liquidity and more, as well as listing on their system. So when you have a listing on a dex that's on base, it's immediately open to being listed on Coinbase without going through all of the other processes that you have to go through to get on a major player like that. So guys, that makes it really easy to decide on. It just is best for who? You. We care about you guys. So we're still building everything we're building on multi-chain. We just want to give you guys the opportunity to be a part of the biggest trusted party in town at the moment. You get it? So that matters because Hundreds of millions of users already trust Coinbase and Base Chain. Institutions are comfortable interacting with Coinbase infrastructure and already do. It lowers the bar for all of our access. Compliance and security standards are not an afterthought at Base, whereas some of the partners we've dealt with, they are. Base is not that. It really changes the whole landscape. I mean, there's a lot of platforms that may not be here in another year to 5 years. Base, I expect to be here for the long haul. Base is really stable and trusted at this point, and even the chain itself that launched just months before ours has actually started generating some of the most revenue and fees of any chain out there. And you guys, we want our platforms and all of our software and all of our solutions built on that, as well as any other chains, because we want a part in that. That means fees for the treasury. That's just a good revenue move for R0AR as a community. So for builders, Base isn't a gamble. It's a long-term bet on infrastructure that won't disappear.
You know, the other thing is mass adoption is on Base. Base isn't just another layer 2, it's Coinbase's on-chain onboarding layer. And what that means is that there's a seamless flow for fiat to crypto. Users don't need to learn DeFi first, and wallet creation, funding, and usage are all frictionless. So if our goal is real adoption, then not just DeFi tourists coming on chains, Base is the front door. That's the way we do it.
I mean, that's a no-brainer right there. I mean, that one right there sells most of this. The next one is Ethereum security without Ethereum pain. So Base is built on Optimism OP stack. What have I said? We want to be with that OP family from the beginning because of the super chain. So it just makes sense. It'll be somewhere where you've got that native token play across super chain. And as super chain is in this beta baby stages, Coinbase is already part of it because they're so big. So we're in OP's family, staying in it, and we're inheriting Ethereum security model while fixing its biggest problem, which was gas fees. On Base, transactions cost cents, not dollars. Complex interactions are affordable and easy. Everyday users can actually use your products. And if you think about it, the funds going in and off through the onboarding process is much easier and simpler using our wallet, their wallet, or even going back through their exchanges and their platform now. Do you see what this does for R0AR? Now, I want to say this. We're not doing this to the exclusion of all the other Ethereum compatibles. We still have built in our platforms, our software that we have coming to market that you're going to hear more about. They're on Arbitrum and Polygon POS and more. So we're across all those chains. For anyone that's there, we want to bring the benefit of what our software does. Whether it's our ERC20 Launchpad, DAO Launchpad, NFT Launchpad. Oh my goodness, did I just leak all of that? Yes, I did. So we want those to be on 20 plus chains, right? But us as an ecosystem, we know that when it comes to our DeFi part of this whole system and function, this is a major partner that just is a no-brainer. So we want users interacting daily, not thinking twice before clicking confirm, and that's it.
That's great. Liquidity, developers, and momentum. Base has explosive developer growth. That's a really big deal. They have deep liquidity, native integrations with major tooling and wallets, and a rapidly growing ecosystem of apps, NFTs, social layers, and DeFi. So we're not launching into a ghost town. We're launching where the attention already is.
I love that. We're not launching into a ghost town. You know, because that's what it feels like whenever you're a founder and a creator and you're having to drag everyone over into your chain. Like, we've got a lot of folks, tens of thousands of people are in our total project. I love it. We got wallets all over the place, NFTs. We've got tokens. You add them all together, and there are tens of thousands of wallets. Love that. That's reach. That's incredible reach. Congratulations. Pat yourself on the back. But when we're going into our chain to do even base development, it's like crickets. There's hundreds of wallets involved there. So that gives us an ability to scale with our software, with community, adding even more folks into our ecosystem. We want to put fingers in all of it and be friends with all, so that while it's across Arbitrum and others, OP Stack, Polygon, whatever, they're involved in our solutions, our platforms. Again, anything folks run on, you're getting fees. Fractions of cents add up, plus numbers of wallets is credibility. So it's quietly moving in that space and pushing out products that the people value, that reduce the barriers to entry in whatever chain they're on, as we're supporting. And then, of course, continuing with our chain, which I'll bring back in just a second. So we're coming back to that. That's still just huge for us. Just a pivot is happening right now for the opportunity that's in front of us at this moment. We could not have imagined, with Base having become dominant in the space. So Base is where on-chain culture is even being built. We see Coinbase is pushing on-chain identity, social, commerce, and creator tools, not just finance. We want R0AR's tools in there. So that's it. Like R0AR, we are all about being in there. For R0AR, we started with the idea of the R0AR portal and then exchange, and then we moved to all the rest of this stuff. Is it valuable? Yes, but we want to be there. We'll stay in our core, which is right here. Developers on multi-chain, and that adds value with our token going across those chains to be support, right? Or user function. So that aligns perfectly with what we're building. Real utility, real communities, and products people actually use, not just farm. So Base isn't chasing the last cycle. It's designing and purposing the next one.
It's beautiful. The big picture is we didn't choose Base because it's trendy. We choose Base because it's inevitable. If you want scale, security, users, liquidity, and longevity, you build on Base. And that's just the truth. We're not launching one thing, we're launching 5. Because this is the foundation we want to build for years.
And guys, this 5 is one of 4 columns. One of 4 chunks of products, software, services, and solutions we're bringing, Lord willing, this year. We have way under promised. We're about to way over deliver. So some people stayed on a long time to listen to this part. And you guys are the ones who've said over and over, I want answers on R0AR Chain and the nodes and everything. We hear you. So what about R0AR Chain? That's where we're going to be here. R0AR has been an incredible journey in learning and developing as we migrate. More information to come. That's coming. So we migrate to R0AR Chain 2.0. What we could not say, and we can start to leak now, is we have already been partnering with the correct partners to utilize this chain as best of class and best option for their needs. Now, can anyone build on R0AR Chain? Yes. Can any other project come? Yes. Can anyone utilize it for financial rails, DeFi, solutions, whatever? Yes, it'll still be that. However, what we're saying to you that we're not saying to you, but we're saying to you, is we have partnerships, one of which puts us right in bed to utilize this as rails that actually is meaningful. And that's why it was very easy for us to make a decision to move to put in as much support for all of our software to every other chain, focusing 5 on Base chain. Because guys, we already see what's happening with R0AR Chain 2.0 this next season. And so it'll be baked in all of our software, but it's already purposed. It already has planned use. Remember me saying, hard to get over 200 wallets on our chain the way it's been. We literally made it through beta and public as the market imploded. And so it's been slow walking. Wrong time for that to happen. But you know what? Good on us for pushing through. Good on you for staying with us. So we already have one partner we've got. That's a future white paper and press release. Actually, multiple white papers. Actually, a lot of white papers on one and about a half dozen on another, but two chunks of white papers on what this means. And that's not a joke. We now know exactly where we're going with that. There's no question. And what we're after in that space, no one has touched with a 10-foot pole yet. So if we get this right, we got it really right. This gives us an incredibly open door to scale as well as onboard that next 3 billion, not necessarily quote, quote, users, but wallets and transactions in the billions. Our 2.0 chain will be incredibly laser focused on 3 columns of business that we will reveal through coming white papers and PR, as well as through our now growing library for developers. We'll let you know as we are leaking it on purpose. We will do press releases and give away the info. If you're in the R0AR Country Club, you'll hear more about it in our coming new Country Club platform that we're migrating into. More to come on that as well. See, I just leaked another thing, but there you go. 2.0 is exciting. And if you've already taken advantage of joining the Node, the Node operating owner community, this directly affects you. We have done the best we can do in all of development, best of class, first of kind work in order to make sure that you as Node participants, owners, operators, developers, whatever, get a part in it, that not even the smallest person will miss out. We're doing some stuff that's never been done so you can participate at scale and be a part of the big boys. We're equalizing and democratizing how that works. And we're getting there because we have refused, and I mean refused, to give you anything that's not legitimately doing the function of the chain or the tenets of Web3, decentralization, helping each person be a part of its own self-sovereignty and power and more. We fit that white paper we just put up in values. So this directly affects you, and we're excited to get to share with you all of that in coming months. I hope that's encouraging. You guys have been through a nightmare scenario with us as we've had to work through challenges, whether it's been community challenges, challenges through noise or FUD, challenges even with partnerships and whatnot. You've been through all of that with us. You made it here. And when this is all said and done, we all need to kick back, have a cigar, and brag on how awesome all of you have been for making this journey. And if you're out there and you've been a part of the FUD, hey man, we're good. No problem. Just jump back in now. Bring your node tokens with you because they mean something. We're going to bonus you out on the platform because you've been through the pain with us. That's how we do. We make it better. Plus, we're bringing you into this. This is where it's at. We're super excited and it's happening. We're here, guys. We appreciate you. We love you. We're here for this community, and we're going to get more and more clear on what this means as we get everything patented, white papered, protected, trademarked. And that's not a joke. Trademarks take months alone. And everything we need to do to protect this community's ownership of the content and the information and even the code that we're creating, concepts even. Some of these are core concepts that have never existed before. Some big names out there have quoted things I've said at conferences in AMAs last year as if it's new information. And I know that's stuff we've done. So we're making sure to protect all of that IP for you as we release it. Anyway, Brandon, is there anything else to add? This should blow everyone's doors off. We answered all of it. Everything. ERS NFTs have a value. Platform season 3 is coming. Nodes and chain. We answered it all.
It's exciting. But you have enough excitement for both of us, so this will be my excited face.
You can't get bigger. We put a post note that says big news coming.
Yes.
Even
Absolutely.
our internal team said, "What are you telling everyone?" It's like, I'm telling them not everything, but a lot.
Isn't that the cool part? Is that we just said all of that, and it's not even everything. There's so much coming, so much that we've been working on. You know, the down market has given us an opportunity to just keep building, and
Yeah.
I look forward to all of it rolling out. I look forward to all of our community finally getting to see what we've been working on, and yeah,
Yes.
I'm just excited for this next season.
It's hard to be quiet and misunderstood, but I'll tell you, I take no offense at anything that's happened for anyone that's been out there. I'm happy with how we've had to tighten up the brand,
Hmm.
tighten up how we release information, and I'm happy to have been misunderstood. I'm grateful for folks that decided to just push through with us and see. But for folks that have even taken the other road, I'm good with them because at the end of the day, wherever you're at in this community, if you're still a part of it, this year we play out to our growth and releasing everything we intended and more. So we're finishing that 10-year plan this year, and we're actually bringing in some things that are revolutionary and never heard of after it. So super exciting. Four more announcements just for this specific chain. That's exciting. I'm pumped. All right,
Absolutely.
friends. Well, thank you for being on. We appreciate you being a part of your weekly roar. Brandon, thank you for helping. And you guys, we'll see you next week.
Take care, everybody.